Hi there, my name's Isaac, and I just bought a Rav Bass drum. This is part 2 out of a 3-part video series. In the first part, I tell you a little bit about myself and explain my reasoning and the story around buying a Rav Bass drum. In this part, we're going to be doing an unboxing, doing some initial reactions, and seeing what's inside this box that they sent us. And in the third part, and also in the second part, we're going to be playing it a little bit and just seeing how it sounds right off the bat. I don't have any skills with that whatsoever, so I might not be very good at playing it, but we're going to have a good time trying. And in the third part, I'm going to be playing the Rav Bass drum again after I've gotten a little bit better at it, and I could try to play perhaps a song for you all. Alright, but enough waiting around. You all were looking for an unboxing video, so let's unbox this thing. It is packaged well and securely. It was shipped by DHL, International Shipping, and they were very courteous. They called when they arrived at my house so that I knew that they were coming. That was all very nice. Now, they also very specifically mentioned to be careful when opening it because you don't want to damage the drum. So I'm opening this with a knife, but I'm taking a lot of care to make sure that I don't cut into the cardboard too far or into anything that might be drum material, because Rav Bass drums are relatively expensive. They come up at around $600, $700, $800 depending on where you get them from. And it'd be a shame if you were to damage one after waiting for so long. Alright, so here's the box opening as is. I'm looking at my computer right now, seeing that you guys can see all of this. Hold on. It's a big piece of styrofoam. There's a hole cut out here, and actually I can't really see what's inside of that hole, so I'm curious. Nothing. That's completely empty in there. And then there's a big circular piece that you can remove, which I imagine is going to expose and reveal. That's my production notes, don't worry about that. Expose and reveal the Rav Bass drum itself. This is a first for me too. Sorry if I'm looking this way a lot. That's where my camera, or that's where my computer is, making sure that everything is in frame and everything's good. But here we go. Big black case. So I bought this drum from hangdrums.com, that's hang-drums.com, and they told me that they were going to include a case for free for buying with them. So this looks like it, and I'm going to take that off right now, which is a little bit sad. I was hoping for a big dramatic reveal of a drum. Oh, but there's one underneath it. All right. So here is the case so far. It's got a big old zipper on the side. Zips all the way open to be nice and red, like a clam, and you can start seeing some of the drum in here, which I'm very excited to see. The case also has these little backpack straps on it. Very nice. Wear it like a little backpack. Wear it on your back. I like that. Makes me feel kind of like a turtle. Alright. But let's put this aside. We didn't come here for that. We came here for this, the main event of everything. So, I seem to have the Rav Bass drum here upside down. This is supposed to be the bottom of it right here. It's wrapped in plastic, and there is a little booklet. No, an envelope? A passport. I don't know if you could see that. That's nice. I'm going to get a little closer to the camera so you guys can see that. Hold on a second. A passport. Rav Labs. That's mysterious. So they came in this little pouch that's a little open here. I imagine that's to put it in, so I'm going to open it right now. Ooh. Card with a big transparent thank you. I don't know if that's coming up well on camera. That says thank you on it. Some nice thick cardstock. And it says, greetings from Rav team. We are... Their English is fine. My English is horrible, apparently. We're happy to deliver your Rav and hope that you'll spend much wonderful time exploring the landscapes of music and creativity. Rav Vast, discover your inner creator. And it has a little code for it. It says, scan this code for more. It's got a little QR code on it. Looking forward to trying that out. There's also this over here. It says B Kurd tuning. It has a tuning number on it. It's some sort of stamp that seems to be, I'd imagine, some sort of stamp of authenticity. It's got a date of manufacture. It was manufactured on the 20th of May 2021. That's interesting. And it's got the signature of the tuner on here, which is really interesting as well. And this is a little pamphlet that opens up. And it talks about the correct use, a little operation manual, warranty. Okay. Well, I'm going to put this all away. This is super interesting, and they presented it on really nice stocked paper. This has a very rustic feel, this little instruction manual, and this is a nice thick cardstock. And the black envelope is a really gorgeous touch. So that's fascinating. And I'm really enjoying that. Going to put that with the case. A piece of paper that says 16. Is that a quality assurance check? I'm not really sure. I don't know. But now let's get this thing here. Ooh, it's kind of heavy. All right. I think now what we've got here is this big old drum and nothing else but the plastic wrap that's inside of it. I'm going to put this aside temporarily, and I'm going to look in here to see if there's anything else inside of the box itself. Because this is an unboxing. Big foam ring. Another big foam circle. That's it. So I'm going to put this all back. Throw this aside. Maybe get the scissors out still. And open this up. Oh my goodness, it's heavier than I thought it was. It has a pressure on your lap, that's definite. It's not too heavy. It's not crazy heavy. I don't know. I guess I was expecting it to not weigh anything at all, which is completely unreasonable. But the reason I bought the Ravast is because it's bigger and because it's heftier, and it's going to have a stronger and more pronounced sound than a lot of other smaller tongue drums would. So it's sealed over here on one side. I'm going to cut through that, again being very careful to make sure I don't cut the drum or damage or even impact the drum at all with these scissors. The drums aren't particularly frail by any means, but you know, it's a finely tuned instrument. You don't want to mess that up. And here we go. So on the back of it, there is this big plug in here, and I've heard you can play with these in and out, in or out, but I don't really know how to remove it per se. We don't have to do that right now. It's a beautiful dark blue hue, and I think that's really coming up nicely with my lights here. It's deep and rich, and it looks like you're sort of staring into a combination of some sort of abyss and the sea at the same time. It's very calming, though. It doesn't have any of the other terrible implications of staring into abyss, and it's got this nice gold trim around it. And on the flip, look at that. So the way that they're supposed to be played is they're supposed to be played with the sort of bottom part of this center V facing towards you. This is, if I'm not mistaken, called the ding, which should be either the lowest or the center note of the Ravast. This particular one is in B Kurd, which means it has 10 notes to it, but most of them have 9. And now I'm going to try to play it. So I'm not very good at hitting dyads yet, which is where you hit 2 notes at the same time. I could do it decently well with my right hand, but I don't have the confidence or the power or the technique to be able to do it easily with my left hand, which is something I'm noticing, and hopefully in the third video we're going to be able to see a bit of a difference in there. I'm going to play it a little bit and then give you my first impressions. My first impressions are that it's absolutely amazing. I bought this to be a big tonal meditation tool, and it does exactly that perfectly. I'm very much looking forward to exploring with this. Just my first impressions as far as, right out of the box, really enjoying it so far. The sound from it is deep, and it resonates very thoroughly. The notes sound really nice together. I will say it's going to take me a little bit of time to sort of get the technique down of being able to properly hit multiple notes at the same time, or how to be able to hit notes very quickly, and that's okay. That's a journey I'm very much looking forward to taking. There are a couple of notes that I saw that I'm going to try right now on video while doing this as a first impression, and that's just some of the nuances that I heard of a Rav Vast. So from what I'm to understand, each single note actually has the ability to access 2 different octaves depending on where you hit it. The Rav Vast has this V shape to it. This is upside down for you right here, but this V shape to it with these little curves around the side. So supposedly, and we'll see how noticeable this is for me, if you hit it in the center, you'll get 1 note, and if you hit it towards the edge around sort of where this little looped area is, you'll get a second one. So when I was listening to people sort of demonstrate that online, and I'm not sure how well my microphone is picking that up, I was a little bit skeptical about it because I'm not sure how well the microphone can pick up the full range of resonance of the instrument when it plays in this very particular way. It's a lot noticeable, this higher octave set in this little loop is a lot noticeable in the lower tones, specifically in the ding of it. And it's less noticeable in the higher tones. That being said, it is still way more noticeable in the lower tones than I could have ever picked up. When I was hearing it online or on other videos, I didn't really hear it that much, right? It was a very minor note difference, but now in person playing it, the difference between this in the center and this is pretty substantial. It's very clearly, the way that I can hear it right now, a higher octave. Sadly enough, the difference between this and this, I might have actually hit that wrong. Let me try that again. Is still a higher octave, but it's much more subtle. The other thing I wanted to try was I wanted to try hitting it on none of the notes. So I want to try what happens if you hit it just like right here, right in the center of stuff. Alright, and the reason I want to try that is because what I saw a lot of people do is sort of keep rhythm with the drum by tapping on this area of the drum, this non-noted area. So it would be something like they do something like this. That's interesting. I'm going to have to get good at that, because whenever you hit this area that's non-noted, you sort of get this hodgepodge of that note, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. But you get a little bit of everything as well. You just get less of the stuff that it's further away from. But it's a lot less resounded, you know, a lot less of a note than if you... There's a huge tonal difference. I'm hitting with the same pressure on my hand right now. It's starting to hurt a little bit, but that's okay. This is an absolutely amazing instrument, and I cannot wait to get the camera off and spend a couple of days just really playing around with it. I wanted to take this time to give a huge shout out and a great thanks to my Aunt Aline and my roommate Willow, who both gave me money in the form of a birthday present to help pay for this drum. Again, these are relatively expensive, and I wouldn't have been able to easily afford it without their help and without their support. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to try this out, and I care about you both very deeply. To the rest of the internet, thank you so much for going on this journey with me, and I'll post a part 3 where I've gotten a little bit better at playing it, and you can hear what an actual song would sound like, and hopefully I'll post that soon. No promises on that, though. Again, thank you so much, my Aunt Aline, and thank you so much, my roommate Willow, and have a great day.